Hello! Oh, shut the fuck up, Plip. God damn it.
You didn't anything, shit. Overreaction much. Fuck.
All I said was, have you unmuted your mic? That's all I said.
That's literally all he said.
I did. I had actually. I did have.
Jed, you can never get upset about anybody messing up your intro ever again.
No, I know.
Because of that reaction.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unsolicited Opinions podcast. I am, of course, your host, the Meerkat Monarch, sometimes known as the moderately successful author. In the future, this is for you future people. with me as always is the black guy in the corner, Artivous Ira.
Oh, he has to go. He has to go the race card.
Yeah, notified
with the
notified by the wolf icon in the right hand of your screen. Above him is a Plippy,
prolific masturbator.
I was gonna go with Garbage Man, but okay, Garbage Human.
We're all
the same thing
humans now.
And of course, at the head of the table, as always, is our Supreme Overlord, Dr. Evil.
Yep.
Who has absolutely nothing to say.
It's the time difference, though. He's in Australia. There's a bit of a delay.
Yeah. And of course, represented by the D20 die, Deefry.
Hello.
Hello. I realized it's been 3 years and I haven't identified who the different people are. So I thought I would do that favor for people. Anyways,
now you know who's talking.
Yeah, before.
Like I've always said, you know, it's not so much a Mickey Mouse operation as it is Betty Boo.
Yeah.
With the special butts.
Before we start the podcast, I just wanted to take some time and thank everybody who has spread the link, who has talked about my book, who has been kind enough to buy it and perhaps eventually review it as well. I would love that as well. But you guys make my day. I'm so happy that I have you guys in my life, and I'm talking especially about you four as well as all the other people who've spread it.
Made your day. I've made your whole...
Make your whole week. Nice one.
I
heard it.
No, but it means a hell of a lot to me, and it's very fun to finally hold a finished copy in my own hands. And on that note, you can now buy a signed copy from my website if you want, and I'll ship it to you. Yep, I am shilling my heart out, and I don't care. I don't care that you don't like it. I shill. I'm gonna
He's worked very hard. He deserves a shill.
Yeah. I am proud of my goddamn book. Okay. I don't.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a shill.
I'll go to this brand new app. It's called Candid. I think you'll like it.
Oh God, It was you. It was you who bought it. Yes, let's start there, because that is really fucking interesting.
For a hand job and a hand sandwich, that's how much it costs.
Because our fellow compatriot who started out as a lowly, I don't know how I'm gonna define harmful, at all. Because
he's really something of his own, isn't he?
Yes. and let's set the scene first, because this is kind of interesting, because
the year was 2016.
The year.
Let me paint you a mind picture.
Hillary was sure to win the presidency, and out came an app, which a lot of skeptics were shilling like fucking crazy. But one skeptic would not be fooled.
Jan, it's skeptic trademarked. It's skeptic TM.
Yeah, sorry.
attack.
Don't see if you use the word too much, then you're instantly a skeptic clone.
Give me a second. This is just for you guys. Talk amongst yourself.
Oh, look at
Oh, no, what is he doing?
So what do you think, guys?
Jan, put your dildo away.
Oh god, he's opening. Oh god, we got full goatsy. Oh god.
Arrow talking about mannequins.
To be, but oh Jesus.
That's a Roman helmet. Damn it!
For those
only YouTube
who can't see us, which is our entire audience.
Well, you can see,
the big
at least somewhat.
He's wearing a Roman
The
helmet.
only time we can't be seen, and he brings props.
And I've had that helmet longer than Skeptic had his brand, so fuck him.
Do you think if Lord Buckethead had responded to our request?
Yeah, but you're not wearing a suit.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Do you think if Lord Buckethead had agreed to come on the thing, you could have worn that? I could have worn that.
Oh, yes.
I would have.
Yes.
I would have.
We would have got Roy in it with his unicorn mask and fucking green beret or whatever it was.
Yeah, but let's get back.
Terrifying.
Let's get
I literally
back
have
to the
wolf
topic
mask,
because
my avatar, and I would have worn.
We have just made 1 minute about a gag that nobody will be able to see until we fix the fucking problem with the webcams so that we can show it on the screen.
You're the one that did it. This was your idea.
I know.
You're bitching about your idea.
Yes, I know. Anyways, let's get back to the topic because we're
the topic.
Yes, we're talking about Candid. They got sold this week. The app.
Yeah.
That was.
They found somebody to buy the AI.
Yes.
As if that wasn't always the plan.
Yeah, because that was one of the things that Harpful was saying, that he found the entire venture kind of suspicious. That they would, pump this out.
There was no other way they were making money.
No.
Yeah, so this their model was, hemorrhaging money hand over fist. Where are they making their money? Turns out it's because they were training it to be bought by a company that needed an intelligent AI.
Yeah, but look at the people who they wanted to shill it out. Who the people they got to shill it out? People who have more controversial audiences. The kind of person, for example, I'm a skeptic. Show on head. I'm surprised. I'm a skeptic has an audience, but hey,
amazing atheist.
Amazing atheist. People who are going to get people who you're going to want to keep quiet on social media and whatnot. So it just looked to me like it was a training bot. Instantly, I'm not saying we have a great audience because I'm looking at our current stream and we have me watching right now. But
no, you don't count.
With Bendy ready inside screaming, "Harmful opinions is God." But
are you?
Deef, you and Plipp don't count as viewers.
So, who's watching?
It's because we're British, isn't it?
Bad Monkey's watching. There we go. Bad Monkey.
Good Lord.
Mogi's watching us, and no worries. Yes, he is keeping tabs on us because of our
all right.
control.
Quick rundown. Basically, this app came out that was targeting communities that a lot of people just kind of want to shut up.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that basically the AI is being trained to weed those people out and silence them. Rather than call this shit out, these skeptics basically got really defensive and went all.
Hey.
Do you think they have to
remember? You have to remember they were actually contracted to never speak out against the company for several years.
Yeah, they were contracted to never speak out against the app. They basically showed their true colors in the fact that when it came down to it, the money was more important than their so-called ideals, watch my channel, or the world's going to end kind of mentality. Bullshit.
Some people made a good point. Does the non-disparagement clause, is that null and void now that it switched companies?
No.
Goes on to whoever owns the new company and parent company.
It's regarding to the actual technology and the patent, not the.
What Clearight's hoping?
Those people cannot say, the people that signed that cannot say anything against it. Even if they signed it in a hurry and went, "Oh, this is everything I hate," tough tits. They already signed away the right to say anything about it.
Apart from Undo, because he went, "I'm not doing this," and they went, "Okay."
Basically, Harmful Opinions went after this company and this app and Bindu Ready. It's for what she was obviously doing, and basically the entire skeptic community basically tried to shit on him and call him crazy and all this other shit, and
but
basically showed their true colors, which is one of the reasons I don't talk about a lot of these people or bring them
Bering
up in
signed it,
conversation.
but he found the massive loophole, which was to get her on a stream and let her kill herself.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. He was smart about it. I can't say anything, but I can get her on a stream and let her say
even Sargon was calling Harmful a nut
because she fucking used his first name.
That was the thing. That was the thing that surprised me the most, was Sargon calling Harmful a nut job and whatnot, and calling him autistic and shit.
Now that they're all at VidCon, Harmful and Tilde have done two very different, similar things, but reacted in rather different ways. When asked why they're not at VidCon and what they think of the fact that people are at VidCon, Harmful went, no, was it? VidCon is for people who are autistic but don't know they're autistic. Until Deer wrote a really long, snarky text post. I think it's on one of his videos, something about how, yes, this is the community of rational skeptics who totally aren't in a sort of community where they could foster biases or anything like that, and chat together.
They were the ones that they have ousted those guys out. So
this is the thing. Fair play, to Tilda and stuff like source his videos and stuff. But he's just so smug about a lot of stuff.
It was one of those things where I looked at everybody who showed up to that group and just unsubbed all of them. I always hate those conventions like that because it's so masturbatory. Where it's, look at me, I'm at VidCon with other YouTubers that think like me, and and it's awesome, and it's like,
look at my backpack and my 20 subs.
Yes, I have a selfie stick. It's so like.
By the way, I wanted to announce that next year the League of Evil will take VidCon.
Dude, if we went to VidCon, we would troll the fuck out of VidCon. There's no way I'm not getting kicked out. There's no way. That's my whole goal.
All we have to do is go there, sit in the front row, and be quiet.
Oh, yes.
If I'm going to VidCon, I'm doing something to get kicked out.
We did go to VidCon. We'd actually spend the whole time going around explaining who we are.
Yeah.
To everyone.
I would go to every panel and just laugh sarcastically as black as I possibly could in the background.
But
here's what we should do.
How do you
get there? You have to wear the blackface. You have to go there wearing blackface.
No, I'm not wearing blackface.
Here's what is
black.
We go
black.
there.
I know, that's the point.
We get the most expensive booth we can find with a huge banner saying League of Evil on it with all our faces on there, and we actually sit there and admit, we got about 150 subs.
We're a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we're totally important.
Literally tens of views a video, guys.
Oh yeah. Well, let's.
No, my goal is to get kicked out of every panel. I don't care who it is. I don't care if I agree with them. I'm just there to just cause.
I've got the
trouble.
perfect plan. We go there. We host a panel, and it costs $100 million a ticket.
Are you gonna sit? Is the panel gonna consist of you having your pinky to your mouth and just smiling?
Well, it would be the only way anybody would ever see evil
attached to their head.
I was thinking, is this your price?
No, it could be the grand reveal of what. No, it could be the grand reveal of what evil looks like.
That's what I just said.
Yes. Well, let's
outside Australia.
Let's talk about the thing, because it's hovering
Get out of the
over
way.
us like
that's the worst segue I've ever heard from you.
Well, it's hovering. No, it's not. You've heard worse.
Talk about the
He hasn't been there as long as us.
So anyway,
I have transitions where I've stuttered through the entire fucking transition. So
yeah, it's been really bad.
So anyway, Johnny Depp, right?
How's the surgery, yeah?
No, and let's cover the VidCon thing, and then we'll do the Johnny Depp thing as well, because it
Johnny
leads
Depp
in. Yeah,
It's fresh.
it leads into the Bernie Sanders thing. No, but, well, let's talk about the VidCon affair.
Controversy.
Yeah, because it is kind of like Tildir and Harmful Opinions said, that it does seem, and Sargon said it
Will
during
you
the.
spit it out? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't worry, I was getting to it. Sargon admitted it as well on the Tim Pool interview, that they were there to. They were there because they weren't wanted there, basically.
Oh, I'm with you.
You're not welcome in our place.
It's not that they necessarily went there to cause trouble, but they knew
They were entitled to it, but they knew they would agitate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew they were going to cause trouble. There was.
Well, I don't think they were there to cause trouble.
No. That's why I said
yes,
it.
they were. They went there to cause trouble. At least be honest
Depends what
about
you mean
it.
by trouble.
No, Sargon went to.
They were there to make
Sargon.
way.
He was happy.
Sargon went to Anita Sarkeesian's panel.
I mean, he was pleased
do
that
the
he was
one
winding her
thing-
up.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing he knew he could do to get attention. He didn't go there to actually listen to her or have a conversation or debate.
I think
It
my
was-
favorite whole.
No, you're not
the
going
whole
to get one anyway.
yeah, what I
It
took
was
away
there
from
to stir
this.
shit.
What I took away from this was, she does know what he looks like, so she has been paying attention. My favorite thing that anyone said on this was, well, I don't see why this is such a problem of her calling him garbage human being, because these people always encourage people, flat out accusing them of encouraging people to downvote and send hateful comments on their videos. And the reality of it is like, how all her comments have ratings and comments disabled, and they always have. How?
I think the only real thing to come out of it was seeing the whole facade of Anita Sarkeesian break. See, like all the social justice warriors that defend her and believe in her, and the ones around her, have had their, screaming, crying tantrums like open like almost every day, and she's always been so veneer and so trying to be professional and intelligent about it, and never broke character until this.
Yeah, that's true.
Until the look of terror on the Colbert Report. Name 3 video games: Grand Theft Auto, blank look. It's like,
Yeah.
brilliant.
There was a deleted thing from that, actually, apparently.
They
They
deleted
deleted
that from the
a
show.
lot. A lot of people who actually went to that thing said they cut up that interview ridiculously to make her look good.
Yeah, I remember they said, was it? He said, do video games cause violence? And she was like, no. I was like, well, how do they cause misogyny then?
Yeah. It was actually one of the few moments during that whole affair I was kind of proud of Colbert. I was pissed at him for giving her a platform at all, but it is kind of funny.
Was it? You held him in your arms and told you, son, I am proud.
Right. and I have to call this out because it's bugging me like crazy. Anita's out the door. She didn't drop the con when she should have. She's kept rolling with this. And even though she tried to switch ships, nobody watched her new vids because she wasn't stirring up with a community that gives a shit about having to deal with her. She doesn't have any power in any other community other than the fucking video game journalists that worship her. So when she tried to do shit on history and everything else,
they ignored
the
historians laughed.
She makes her money off of people getting pissed off at what she's doing. She's a troll. And so the reason she's trying to go back to video games is that that's the only thing that made her money.
Yeah.
And so
Silver String Media didn't have a huge amount of connections with history journals, did they? So
no.
Exactly. And so it's become this situation where, she tried to switch, she's trying to come back. It's too late to work the con now. like people have said, like Sargon passed her in subs like a year ago, and she keeps losing subs. It's not like she's not relevant.
Well, the funny thing about, if you look at her subs, it's always been really, and her views, she'd always get a spike in the first couple of days of her videos, and then it would drop off way more than a normal YouTube video that's popular does.
Oh, yeah.
Which means it's basically the same people from, I'm going to be lazy here, say Kotaku, Polygon, Rock, Paper, Shotgun. I'm also sure about Rock, Paper, Shotgun. There's the same people linking her videos, so people click on it and they go, oh, and click off again.
Or
and
journalists watching the video so that they can write an article about it, which means the first 20 or so seconds.
Yeah.
But
people like Sargon.
My big concern is that why is she attacking our waste
Davros.
people?
Oh Jesus
Davros,
Christ!
Davros, chill, Davros.
You gone really robot.
Exterminate.
I'll fix that.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Jesus Christ, that's terrifying.
No, but
I just sprouts out the middle of his head.
No, but
your mic is malfunctioning.
What really disturbs me, and this is again the use of, and I realize that I may sound like I'm tone policing people now, but the use of words like garbage human being of one of your critics, not someone who's violent towards you or who actually goes, physically.
Are you actually arguing that woman should be mature?
Yes. No, but it's the use.
Person ever. She has the most childish responses I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's always pity me, poor me, and misrepresenting what people actually says, which is why I was surprised she knew what Saigon looked like, because that actually means she actually has paid attention and she does know what's being said.
What's with all this? Have you noticed the linguistics are always very sort of childish?
Yes.
As well, it's gross, it's garbage, it's.
Yeah, it's never intolerable.
About all of this,
it's never intolerable or any sort of adjective that actually shows
problematic.
Problematic.
No.
It's the same fucking words over and over again. It's problematic. It's gross. It's racist.
What she says isn't important. What is important is because of this stunt, which is what it was. Might be a little more relevant again. She was slowly creeping away into obscurity, and now she's got to get bumped up again for a little bit.
Do you think
so what the article?
Zoe Quinn shouted at someone at E3, "I'll show her."
Yeah, it's the exact same fucking game, and that's the thing. Like, people want to pretend like Sargon was a hero in this. No, Sargon did this for attention.
Yep,
because he's gonna get views for this. Because everybody was gonna want to see his reaction vid to this shit. He did the exact same thing that Ralph did to Brianna Wu. The only difference is Brianna Wu kicked Ralph out.
And Brianna Wu was somehow even dumber than Anita.
Yeah.
Anita, from what I hear, Anita attempted to have them kicked out as well, but she was unable to.
Yeah, she got the security to say, sit in the back from now on, because your presence is a sign of aggression. Yeah.
They should have just stood up, gone my dick, and walked out.
No, but there is
extreme humongous.
The cringe.
I can't remember. Was it you, Plipp, who said he was Saul Alinskying the whole thing?
No, it's me.
Oh yeah, sorry, Deef. It was you.
So yeah, I've seen a lot. Like Grim Jim has said the same thing as me. Is basically what he's doing is an Alinsky tactic from Rules for Radicals. And he'll tell you the number of the rule when he makes a video, guarantee it, that hold your enemies to the rules that they profess for other people, which is exactly what he's doing. He's saying, you want people not to say mean words, so as soon as you say mean words, we are going to act in the way that you have historically acted.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is. The issue I the issue I have is that at what point do people start using this Alinsky thing as an excuse for just being a bit of a hypocrite? The point,
I think we passed that point for a lot of people.
I think if you know that your enemy acts up to get attention, and that seems to work for them, you want an excuse to get attention when the same thing is done to you. So you have this. So you just say, "Oh, I'm just doing what they do to show up the hypocrisy," but you benefit from it, and you're not actually showing any consistency. And if you do it every time, then maybe you're just a hypocrite.
I was hoping for a goddamn discussion here, and we all agree on the same fucking thing, because that's exactly my argument.
But why the hell do the people who collect my garbage have to be maligned in such a way?
Yes.
Justice for garbage people.
Hashtag bin men are people too. Hashtag bin men are people too.
Yeah, but when you don't know as much about the person, it does just look like, okay, you don't actually have the principles you say you do. Look at Jack Posobiec. I'm still not sure if he was trying to be, ironic at that fucking Julius Caesar protest where he starts shouting at people, screaming that they're all girls. Is that all gerbils? Is that him parodying other people saying you're all Nazis, or is he just being a fucking moron?
I think it's a parody. I think it's parody, but
Yeah,
you
wanted to say something. Yeah, you wanted to say something, Plippy.
Yeah, I was just saying that I do see a value in a way to get people to behave. Because if people are always, for example, if we're going to talk about the feminist frequency main story as well as the whole intersectional group, they have constantly said this thing of people should not be adhered to by stereotypes and people should behave in a certain way, while they themselves frequently treat people like stereotypes and people who behave a certain way. Yeah. And I get and I think it's perfectly good and valid to point that out. I'm just saying that. I'm saying once you've done it a few hundred times, then maybe you should move on to a different argument. But at the same time, I think it is quite valid to show that.
Yeah, which shows more character? Holding fast to your beliefs, or doing a good impression of the people you dislike?
It'd be different if there wasn't an undercurrent of, in all truth, in all honesty, Sargon doesn't have a channel or a career as big without Anita. He needs her to stay. He needs her and people like her to say and do ridiculous things so that he can make videos about it, because that's his job.
That was the Mike.com argument, wasn't it? If all the SJWs disappeared.
And it's the truth. He went there to make her do something ridiculous, and she did. She gave him
basically
what he wanted.
What you're saying is, if they want the anti-SJWs to go away, they need to fuck off first. If they want to get the Sargon, fuck off.
They would disappear.
That's how they win, by going away. Then they win.
Honest, yeah.
That's no. That's the French way of doing things. You know that, evil.
Bad state principle.
You do not surrender just because you see a couple of black-clad people up the street.
Yeah, it's the same problem as I said. What happens? What we have now is people who are kind of like, I said it before, firemen who are paid per fire they put out. What happens? The firemen start buying matches.
Yeah.
So
we start hiring diversity officers. But that's another story. Assholes.
Yeah.
No, but it's the difference between what he did and what sort of protesters who barge into any speaking engagement did is that
Jonathan McIntosh.
no, but the difference is that he didn't interact with anybody there, sort of.
He wasn't disruptive.
No, exactly. He wasn't disruptive. He was sitting there, but he knew it would disrupt things. He was completely aware of it, and it is
that smug look on his face the entire time.
Yes.
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew he'd garner a reaction, but he was hoping he would.
Oh no! I think
he put out the weakest possible bait.
Yeah.
And she swallowed it.
Exactly.
That's my point. He wasn't there.
The thing is, I don't think it's too. I don't think it's too unreasonable for him to even in his maligned position, I don't think it's too unreasonable for him to want to go there and be treated like a normal audience member.
Of course, but then he wouldn't necessarily. If he was just there to listen to what they had to say and to collect some sort of information to get the argument, why the hell did he sit in the first row then? Why
because there was barely any. No, I think
because there was only 3 rows filled anyway.
They made up most of the audience.
That's what I'm talking right there. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
No,
Only fucking rows. No. You're gonna let me get this fucking shit out. Only 3. She only had fucking 3 rows filled. This was supposed to be the queen goddess of representation in fucking video games.
3 rows filled.
Queen fucking Anita Sarkeesian. They were fucking making religious fucking pieces of this bitch, and she couldn't even fill the first fucking 3 rows. She was out the door.
Yeah, if you would look at all these people Brianna was talking, Alex Lipschitz talk, you know, he snapped the GTA case in half.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah, and if you, all of them, including Zoe Quinn's talks, if you actually look around the rooms that these people are in, apart from a few places like GDC, they are mostly empty. I mean, look at the goddamn UN talk. When they were sat there, no one was paying attention to them.
No, they were all playing Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go, dude.
Pokemon Go is the devil.
The UN has to be a gym. The UN has to be a Pokemon gym. I'm just saying. They're sitting there. Yeah, they're just sitting there constantly. And no, but it's
having actresses talk.
If it was just the 3 rows that were there, if it was just the 3 rows, that means that the entire skeptic community that was there, and it was most of them. Trademark,
guys.
Yeah, sorry. Trademark. I'll bring the helmet back on if it need be. It means that they were half the fucking audience because they were filling almost 2 rows.
I'd say about a third.
Yeah, about a third. A third of the audience were filled with honey badgers people and the regular skeptics with vernaculars among them. So that's one of the reasons why I think that they did go there to garner or elicit some sort of response, but Vernaculus is not necessarily a provocateur. He's probably one of the ones who went there to gather some information.
I think, like, some of them, like Wizard of Course, they were just there because they wanted to ask him a question. Because you never get a fucking chance. Like Anita will never respond to videos. She'll DMCA stuff that use the content. And
lots of people on Twitter, comments closed.
Lots of people on Twitter. Yeah, comments closed on the videos. Where else are you going to get the chance to ask her a question face to face? And not even then, because they fucking closed the Q&A early.
Yeah, she does have a personal Twitter account, but that's set to private.
Oh, well. Yeah. You can't ask Radical Bites anymore because he's been kicked to the curb.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So what do you do?
Yeah. Well, it's a situation where we actually... I thought there were going to be a long debate about this, but we agree on everything. Again.
Because nobody that disagrees with this came on.
No, exactly. No, but it's he did it to provoke a reaction. He got a reaction, and it was a worse reaction than I thought he would get.
That at the end of the day, I will say you can say that he was expecting a reaction or whatever, but at the end of the day, he did just sit there and attended. You can't. I can't get angry at a guy for doing that.
Yeah.
No. Agreed. Absolutely.
If he was sat there going.
Yes. Oh God.
Okay,
I'd kick him out for that, dude. I hate people talking to me.
How was Josh's dick?
I was just like,
You're good, buddy.
There you go. There's a hashtag Anita heckles. How about you still got your 501c3 if you use your platform to talk about Trump all the fucking time?
How come there's a guy? Why is there a guy there calling himself Carolyn?
Which sex offender are you going to get as a moderator via Twitch chat?
Hold up. Deefry, speaking of that shit, our news has gotten so bad in this country that we need separate news channels that don't talk about Trump 24/7.
That'd be like a selling point, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're never going to talk about Trump News Network would go Democrats and Republicans would love it.
Yeah.
It just for once, just don't.
Yeah.
But it's every news channel. It's literally all they talk about all the time. They don't talk about anything else. No world news, no current events, no. I miss the days when they used to talk about Beyonce's hair. Fuck.
Speaking of Donald Trump, Johnny Depp just said that some actor hadn't killed the president in a long time.
See, when
that's something to look forward to.
When you lose Amber Heard, man, it's harsh. And he's
Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin, hold my beer.
Yeah. It's another example of someone I used to respect completely fucking losing their mind.
You respected him after the 4th Pirates movie?
I did. I love those films.
Yeah.
Why not? Only because you have pirate facial hair.
Yes.
I tell you what.
I like pirates.
What's wrong with pirate facial hair? Fuck you, Rastafarian motherfucker.
I never said there was anything wrong with it. I'm saying there's a pirate facial hair bias there, and it needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
One good thing, like I'd say positive for Johnny Depp, he is the only actor I trust to portray Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh
correctly.
yeah.
He is he was not even Jack Sparrow. He was fucking born to play Hunter S. Thompson.
That's where he met Amber Heard playing in the Rum Diaries. Which wasn't it wasn't Hunter S. Thompson specifically, but it was a Hunter S. Thompson book based on real events.
It's always heavily implied that he is Raoul Duke.
Yeah. I would like to point this out that let's get to the meat of the conversation here. Seeing that Johnny Depp is now a broken, sad man, was it worth it to bone Amber Heard? That's the real manly man conversation we want here.
No, it was not.
What's funny is that people are bringing up that it was an abusive relationship at the moment, and the thing is, back when I did discuss this in depth, because it was going through the courts as Johnny Depp, the defense of him is that Amber Heard was very likely also abusive to him. Chances are it was a reciprocally violent relationship.
She's like twice his size.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Johnny Depp is a little scrawny dude.
Well, it doesn't matter. Even if the bloke's bigger than the woman, you can still be physically violent in a relationship.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. It's like I've discussed quite a lot that Amber Heard has also been violent, and chances are it was a reciprocally violent relationship, which is why people are bringing up the fact that people are now bringing up that she's filed a restraining order, they're going through a messy divorce, and that his company knew that he had been violent in the relationship but did nothing. I was like, yes, maybe, possibly, because they knew both sides of the situation. But the fact is that I can't bring that up now because I'm getting accused of defending his comments against fucking Trump.
Yeah, and the thing is, I actually think that those comments were almost, we're going to talk about this a little later, may have been the same situation as Piers Morgan. That they were basically, he was basically told to say something of the sort because he needs to repair his public image because of that fucking divorce.
No.
Holy shit! He's
failed miserably.
Breaking news, I guess. BBC News has just reported that he has. That is
That's
so
breaking
distracting.
news thing.
Yeah, it says he's apologised for his comments at Glastonbury.
That was fast.
It was in poor taste. Didn't come out as intended. Hold on. I'm scrolling through.
We'll wait till tomorrow when he comes out in video crying about how Trump ruined his life.
Yeah, that's it. On this article, on this BBC article, lower down, it has a picture of Kathy Griffin saying Trump broke me.
So the comment,
poor celebrities.
Statement, I apologise for the bad joke I attempted last night in poor taste about President Trump. It did not come out as intended, and I intended no malice. I was only trying to amuse, not to harm anyone. So, again, we've got this issue that people think this shit is funny.
Yeah.
coming less than a week away from a US politician getting shot.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
they're retreating to the "it was just a joke" excuse.
Just a prank, bruh.
It's just a prank, bruh.
That's the thing. I keep telling people it's gonna get worse, and here I'm gonna say it again. It's gonna get worse.
God damn it! You're such a
I've been saying
black
that for a long
cloud in
time.
my life.
An honest black cloud.
I was such a happy person before I knew you.
Thanks. Fuck you too.
No, sorry,
I'll
dude.
show your fucking book, faggot.
Sorry, I was just joking. I was just joking.
See, I bring up the book and he's immediately apologetic.
No. That's not. I want.
Just pull the tab. He's pulling a tab.
Hey, I could pull a dep, okay? I'm scrawny, I'm tall, I got long dark hair. I could pull a dep, okay?
He's practically Johnny Depp, guys. He's practically Johnny.
I have been called Johnny Depp by very, very drunk
Subscriber
They're
count just
very,
went up
very blind
1,000%.
Yeah. No, but it is.
This is just an attempt to sell more books, people.
Yes. Let's move on, okay?
He's got himself dressed. He's got himself on the back dressed in full Jack Sparrow garb.
Oh yeah.
Just looking in the mirror, going, "Could have been me.
It
Could have been me."
I think he's
I
think for the most part, like the whole thing where it getting worse, like this is almost normalized. His career is not going to end because of this. People are going to still go to his movies.
People love Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And well, moderately go to his movies. But this is becoming a normal thing where celebrities and famous people in general are making jokes about killing a U.S. president.
Yeah.
And
did you see?
People have already tried. That's the thing.
Did you see?
People have already tried to fucking assassinate him. It's not like that's a thing to joke about anymore.
Did you see that thing on Netflix, Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal?
No.
With a bunch of Hollywood people all got together to make fun of Donald Trump. Johnny Depp played Donald Trump and did a great Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, it was funny. But if you're going to talk about like just jokes, bruv, they did actually basically call Donald Trump a child molesting Nazi in that thing.
Yeah, lovely.
But it is funny though. I don't really like Donald Trump, so it was.
No, I find it hilarious that none of these people spoke out about this man until he was running for office.
Yeah.
Before any of this went down, it's I loved it. Like Kathy Griffin was the worst of that. Like the pictures of them golfing together and hanging out with his wife, and all these people were ready and willing to suck this dude's dick for publicity fucking before. But as soon as he runs for office, he's the fucking devil. I guarantee absolutely every motherfucking famous person that's ever met Donald Trump didn't have anything dirty to say about him until he ran as a Republican.
Yeah, and they never bring up the fact that they've met him and know him personally, and therefore they think he's not qualified. It's always the same. Yeah. It's always the same fucking malarkey. And let me get this straight.
None of them have shit to say.
None of us in this group are necessarily fans of Donald Trump, even though one voted for. Only one of us can vote in the American election.
There we go.
So only one of us can vote in the American election, and that just we're not fans of him, but it makes it really fucking hard.
He's a doofus, but they're dumber. That's the problem.
Yeah,
yeah. I think my thing is like, if they really hated him that much, why weren't they more active when he was genuinely making an idiot of himself with the Bertha thing?
Yeah.
They had years. They had decades. Mm-hmm. They had forever. The only fucking celebrity that ever went after Donald Trump was fucking Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And she was doing that shit for publicity back then.
Actually, Jon Stewart did as well. But that was because of the Bertha
Baron von Fuckstick.
Yeah, Baron von Fuckstick. So it's it's just it seems disingenuous and it seems organized when so many people do the same stupid motherfucking thing. But I don't think it's organized because it's this thing that we have in Scandinavia that gets translated into consensus culture, and I do think that Hollywood has an enormous consensus culture. That if you don't agree with them, you're out the fucking door. It doesn't matter how fucking talented you are. If you don't agree with them,
it's been
if
that
you're
way for
already
decades
big enough,
now.
if you're already big enough and famous enough, you can hold on.
Oh yeah,
like, say Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson has hung on.
Oh, and Clint Eastwood as well.
But he's had the money to say "fuck you." Like,
I'm saying you have to be established first.
Dude got disturbingly rich off of Passion of the Christ. They can't touch the dude because he's got "fuck you" money.
Yeah, you actually couldn't get away with that shit now, could you? Like religion having
hell no.
Quite so out of favor.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, well, let's jump to the next thing because it's
the same thing with Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen has AIDS, so nobody goes after him.
Is he?
Charlie Sheen can say and do whatever the fuck he wants. The dude has AIDS. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit, man. Oh god, I gotta get checked.
oh, dude, I think your standards were low, but fuck.
that is beautiful. But let's move on to Bernie Sanders because it is related to what we just covered, and he has
fault.
You win against the narrative.
Yeah, he has made a strong appeal to the progressive to stop censoring people. He has actually he has come out stronger the last couple of weeks after that assassination attempt against the problem on the left, which is why I'm starting to think, okay, maybe he just wasn't aware of how bad it was.
Oh,
Or maybe he did, how bad identity politics is.
Yeah,
or how bad the situation
Oh, you know what's going to happen? They're going to take Bernie, go, oh, Bernie, you have betrayed thine. And go,
yeah, they're just going to...
Yeah,
Bernie's their scapegoat.
He is
They can't blame Hillary, so they blame Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You saw it years ago. You saw when Hillary came out and said, I am the one to blame. Then in the next breath, she blamed literally everyone else. Bernie Sanders, the FBI, the RNC, the DNC.
Russia.
Russia, Putin.
Gamergate, Pepe, the alright.
Bugs Bunny.
Engelbert Humperdinck. Fuck that guy.
Paul Bearer, Percy Pringle.
Yep.
The guy sitting on the corner eating Pringles probably didn't vote for her. It was his fault.
Yeah.
Well,
he didn't. He voted for
Bernie.
He voted for Jill Stein. So because he was eating Pringles, he's probably hit.
Jill Stein, her fault too.
Yeah. Especially Jill Stein's fault. I mean, stealing all that 1%.
Basically, it was everyone else who ever ran against his fault that she didn't win.
Yes,
no one else would have voted for them.
And that's
You're making the argument that at any point in any way she's ever taken responsibility for anything she's ever done wrong in her entire career.
But it's
half a second.
That's
Hillary Clinton could ride a bus to the moon with all the people she throws under it.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that she represents the problem to such a degree. Because what Bernie Sanders was trying to do with that statement was trying to get the left to realize its flaws, to understand that we're fucking losing this, and we're all to blame.
They still don't realize that.
No, I know.
That's what's so depressing about it, is they still don't realize that they're fucking themselves into oblivion. Like, Republicans keep winning. They keep losing elections. They keep losing seats. They keep losing. And they don't people keep telling them why, and they don't listen to those people, and then they get all like, why did we lose? We've been telling you for years, and you're not listening.
my favourite one is the mentality that people goes, how did the Democrats win against this horrible tirade? He goes, you stop trying to appeal to white men altogether. Actually, the one that I read said you got to stop appealing to white people altogether and just focus on women and people of colour. And they're thinking, there's a reason they're a minority. There's one women. What? What, women aren't white? What? And of course, the mere fact that we're going to win purely on minority groups. Well, this is what so one was the most. He didn't seem to target any voting group.
Well,
no, he did.
Rust Belt workers.
Deplorables.
He did appeal to a group of people, but he didn't go out during his campaign to try and appeal to a certain subset, and that's the problem with the left is the fact that they have been ignoring the plight of the common man for quite a long time. And that problem is just not in the U.S. It's also in the
everywhere
UK.
In the Western world.
Yeah.
So we don't care about your neighborhood turning into a meth addicted cesspool. Let's talk about who can use what bathrooms. Like that's the entire problem with the left right now. Is they're literally trying to tell people we don't care about your issues, we don't care about your life, we don't care about your suffering, but if you don't care about what we care about, you're evil and you're a Nazi. And eventually,
you're
sooner or later,
right,
sooner or later, nobody's pure enough. And it's gotten to that point. And they're going to keep losing until they turn this ship around. Like, I'm glad Bernie said this. I'm really glad Bernie said this. But nobody's going to listen to him.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
He's been the enemy as soon as Hillary lost. He was instantly the scapegoat, and he's going to be the scapegoat for the next couple of decades. They're going to blame him for everything.
Yeah, and that
because
is
they're too chicken shit to blame Hillary.
Yeah, and that's the worst part is because even though he's not necessarily part of the mainstream of that party, he was the one chance they had to reform the party.
Yeah, it's done.
Well, someone who's trying to do it in the UK now, Jeremy Corbyn, will say, I'd rather have Bernie than Jeremy.
Yeah,
Bernie didn't.
Same sides of the shit sandwich, but
Bernie's a centrist. Bernie's a centrist in Norway. Bernie's me in Norway, actually. He is.
Go on, tell us about the 1%. It's all their fault.
Yeah. Well, of course. It's always the way.
Keep on that in Bernie's logic. The 1% includes anyone who has a steady job.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Plippy.
What?
Sorry, I just got around to reading your shit.
What?
Holy fuck.
Did you find my erotic fanfic again?
No, but it is. It
was all right until
The fact that
Harabi
you think I
turned
would
up.
ever touch that.
Anyways, again, we're discussing things that are not on stream, visible for the.
I'm
for the
sorry, I was
viewers.
horrified for a second and it caught me off guard.
I know. No, but we could touch the Debbie Wasserman Schultz thing because we are on the same topic area.
Voice changer, Debbie.
Yeah.
Wasserman
Debbie Schultz.
Normies who have been normified for a while.
Oh, the former leader of the Democratic National Convention for a while.
See, I really don't want to call that woman a diversity hire, but holy shit, she keeps doing stupid shit.
Yep. And she is another fucking example of the left not facing the problem that they have.
Or not realizing how fucking stupid they personally are.
Yeah.
How in the fuck? Hold on. How in the fuck do you call someplace with a voice changer to try and mask your identity from your own phone so your name shows up on caller ID? How in the fuck does that happen? How do you go through all the rigmarole of finding, buying, getting a voice changer because you thought long and hard about hiding your identity, but call from your own fucking phone? Like,
I said earlier in the week, some days I think I've fallen asleep and woken up in the GTA universe, which is a parody of ours.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Captain Lamar, who phones in an anonymous ransom using his mobile phone and not disguising his voice.
It does feel like that from time to time. It doesn't feel real.
Grand Theft
at
Auto
all.
stopped being parody a long time ago.
Yeah.
No, but that's just a simple reflection.
Mogi,
It's just simple reflection.
Mogi mentioned somebody on the left as well right now that I feel like people need a proper introduction. At least I do, because I haven't read anything about this woman, but apparently Diane Abbott is another.
Diane Abbott, right? Diane Abbott is the what is she? The Shadow
Chancellor.
Shadow Chancellor. She doesn't seem to understand numbers.
No.
Her response to it is she said she was going to fund, what was it? She was going to hire 3 million policemen on a salary of like 20p each. She actually worked out to, so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it was £30 a year. It worked out.
Yeah, it works out too. And people sort of called her on that, saying, "Well, why did she say that?" He goes, "Well, I've been very hard. Don't put words in my mouth, but I've been very, very tired. I've worked really hard."
See, this is what I'm talking about.
And then she said, "I got it right every other time." And then the interviewer said, "So what is it?" And she went, "Not answer that right now, but the simple is that." But she was actually, when the election came out, Labour actually removed her from the whole process. Yes. They removed her from the ticket. And we were discussing in DMs that this was a bait and switch. They're just getting rid of her because she was
she's bad PR.
Racist and a problem. She's bad PR. She's racist. She was a problem. She wasn't allowed to do interviews. She wasn't allowed to do TV interviews on her own anymore. So this flat out got rid of her. And we were talking about in the DMs, is this going to be a bait and switch? I mean, she's off now, but when they get in, they're going to put her back on. Turns out we were right, because when they lost the election, she's suddenly back on board again.
Yep, I know that.
But
it's almost as if transparency isn't something that's important to Labour anymore.
No, it's not.
Oh, so she is basically a person who.
She's the crazy autistic guy that keeps screaming out boobies in the corner.
She's close enough to Corbyn, like in this sort of cabal that hold the leadership role in Labour. She's close enough that she needs to be kept close and away from the people who will stab him in the front, as she so eloquently and not at all psychotically says. Jess Phillips, not.
But she's not.
Oh yeah, Jess Phillips, yeah.
Yeah, she's nuts.
But that's the thing. Even if she is bad PR, the fact that it's close to election time means they just need to take her out of the picture for a little while. Because to have someone dropped that close to election time would be a big signifier that something's changing. You know, there's some big shake-ups, but not anymore. It just means that she's just being taken out of the spotlight for a bit because she's fucking embarrassing.
Art, what do you mean? You need to be more specific. I don't know. Art disappeared.
Yeah, sorry. Jess Phillips is a Labour MP for Birmingham.
She was the one that when a Conservative MP wanted to discuss the rising male suicide rates in young men, she said it's laughable that I'm the only woman sitting here and you want to talk about that. And it's like,
actually, I have a point on that. Have you? What is it in America that the person who won against John Ossoff recently?
A person of vagina.
Yes. No, this is the point I'm making is that you know how people have said you have a woman now, and they say, well, it's a woman who is not for women. You know.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that.
Your vagina is null and void if you disagree with me. Argument is so hilarious.
The argument is that when you want to bring up
anti-Tommy would be the correct phrase for that.
All right. Well, they say that if you want to bring up a men's issue, they say, well, there are loads of men in Parliament, therefore your issues are already going to be discussed. But that doesn't hold true for when women are in Parliament. It's funny that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys have had two female prime ministers.
Prime ministers.
But
Neither
really
of which
popular.
have been a woman for have been women for women.
Both of them seem as popular as
Well, they're both right wing.
a leper in a nudist camp.
That's the
I
thing.
think
Like, there's
more
always
popularity
this
than
big argument,
this-
this big argument for women in power, and women have to be in power. But recently, every woman that's been in power has been either retarded or evil, or a combination of the two.
Well,
It's not wrong.
The thing is that people who say that women have never been in power historically, they keep forgetting one thing, is that women waged a lot of power in
Every
the court.
woman in power has started a war.
In court in general.
I just like to say this.
Not completely true. Though.
No, we live in the year 2016, not the year 1816.
Yeah.
So the whole historically argument is a non sequitur. It doesn't fall. It doesn't matter what historically people ate each other. So does that matter? Do we eat each other now? No, we don't. So historically doesn't fucking count, unless you're a history major.
Yeah.
Or an archaeologist.
And breathe.
So fuck off with that argument. It's a non-argument. Find a new one.
The thing about it is,
I
it's
just
not
think
an
that-
argument in the first place, because women in historically have been empowered from time to time to a great extent. Like, are we supposed to ignore the queens of England, or the queens? Like, are we supposed to
Back when they
ignore
didn't have
all
a
of
parliament as well. No parliament's there either. She was solely in charge. Officially.
It's this argument that somehow women have always, been at the mercy of men, and it's such a play for cash and control that it'd be different if it was working in any way, but it keeps turning out badly.
But it's always remarkable that if you look at the way they think, it's always that. But it's never been in there. They keep talking about the power thing, that women have been in power. But whenever it's a woman that they don't like in power, all of a sudden now that's not a woman. That's
We must
women.
destroy her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that the numbers don't matter now? There's no.
Yeah,
The
Like,
rhetoric
having more
doesn't
women in
count.
power doesn't increase
They
women's
do.
issues. Therefore, we still have something to gripe about.
I mean, look at Canada for a start. You've got a woman running that country.
Yep.
They've got a woman leader right now.
Woman in a man.
Dude, look at that
President-
picture of him sitting. That dude has to have no testicles. Like, he looks like a 5-year-old boy waiting to.
No, he looks like a Ken doll. That's the thing. There's nothing there.
Not one of the new
And-
Ken dolls.
and it's not-
Not
No,
one of
no,
the anatomically correct Ken dolls at all.
It's about revenge. And the other thing is, they're saying women can do this job better. Well, if women could do the job better, they'd already be doing the job.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the assumption that the fact that women aren't in parliament means it must be sexism and gatekeeping and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And here's Jan. There's
Well,
your perfect opportunity to bring up your favorite psychologist.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I know.
Say that the reason there's less women in parliament is because they're not taking political courses; they're taking gender studies.
Not necessarily true, because
No, the ones that are complaining are the ones taking gender studies, not women in general.
True.
You'll find fewer female prime ministers because being an MP takes a lot of your time, and chances are you won't have time to raise a family. That can be the trade-off. Yeah, when men are expected to work, much more and longer hours and things like this, they will naturally gravitate towards the role more. It's all really
That's
is.
the patriarchy at work. Because, men totally don't want to sit at home and watch some kids and
The patriarchy
drink
is a
some
bluff.
wine.
Yeah, I'd love to, but it's obligations.
The majority, and I
Exactly.
say this, and I know I'm going to get heat for it, but fuck it, I don't care. What I found the majority of the time is the people who complain about not having power are the first people to deny it when you offer it to them.
Yeah, when you can prove that they
Or
have
they
power.
or they take it and then you get really shitty comic books.
Or they or they take it, and then there's mass amounts of gulags.
Speaking of which, he gave you a segue, Jan, and you just ignored it.
Well, yes. What do you mean? Speaking of gulags, do you mean we should send Tommy Robinson to a gulag? God damn it! Because that's the one I'm
talking about comics. You don't.
I was gonna do comics after Tommy Robinson. Because we were.
He's such a flexible, dynamic host.
Yes, I am. I am nothing if I'm not flexible. No, but let's talk about Tommy Robinson because he was on.
His arms and legs.
Oh my god, dude!
No, because I have an order. There's a reason for. Don't mess don't bring your goddamn African American chaos into my goddamn topics list, okay?
Don't need your fucking autism into the flow of the show.
Too late.
Oh yeah. Well, should we do Tommy Robinson, or do you want to insist on Marvel right now?
Just do it.
Yeah,
just do it.
Because get the fuck out the way, Jan.
Yeah, because Tommy Robinson was on a British morning show, if I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good Morning Britain.
Good Morning Britain, and one of the hosts is the lovable Piers Morgan, who we all love and adore and don't hate intensely at all.
I don't hate him. I think he's an idiot, but I don't hate him.
Yeah, I don't hate him.
And God damn it, you're the UK dudes. You're supposed to be my go-to people on that. Yeah.
There's just more to hate over here at the moment. He's kind of low.
They've got bigger problems.
He's kind of low on the totem pole of things we think about at the moment. Jesus.
Anyway, you want to do a recap of this clip because you saw the incident.
No, I didn't see this. I was aware it happened. The only thing I saw this was the same. This is the only morning program that actually took Sadiq Khan to task. So yeah. Good Deef.
So yeah. Tommy Robinson was on the show, and ostensibly, what it appeared to be was that he was brought on essentially to be brought to task for a tweet that he made shortly after the Finsbury Mosque attack. Now, the tweet that Tommy put out was to point out that the Finsbury Park Mosque has a long history of inciting terror. It was a congregation that is linked to several known hate preachers, including Abu Hamza. And the attempted topic was incitement of racial hatred. So basically what they wanted to do was bring him on and claim that that tweet was fueling Islamophobic division in the country and was poorly timed.
Division.
And, yeah. Was fomenting hatred, essentially. That's not what they got, in a word. Tommy was, he was quite eloquent in defending himself on this and saying that, far from being the person that he is portrayed as a lot, that far from being the person who wants to stir up terrorism and revenge attacks and things like that, he has been working for a long time trying to prevent it. And the way he does this is by saying the police have got to stop feeling paralyzed, not doing anything, basically obeying the mayor in standing down and ignoring crimes from Islamic communities. And as long as there is a community that the British public considers to be legally privileged, then vigilante attacks like the one we saw in Finsbury Park are basically inevitable. We're going to feel like we're not protected by our own police. And people dug out a short video that was on Twitter.
I wouldn't necessarily define it as a vigilante attack, though, because I'm nitpicking, I know, but it's just
he did rent a van, drive it all the way from Wales to kill one dude. So,
it's not a spur of the moment.
Let him speak.
Yeah,
the motherfucker was on death's door at the time that the van attacked. He was being inspected for heart problems. He was basically on the floor being inspected as this van came. So technically, the guy still didn't kill a motherfucker at all.
Worst
one of the
murderer ever. This guy is the worst counter-terror vigilante I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
It's like me trying to stop a rapist.
Yeah, you know what happened?
Yeah, continue.
So the interview carries on, and Piers is saying that they bring up a few things. They say that Muslims should be respected, but Islam shouldn't. Islam is an idea. Piers counters that by saying Islam's not an idea, it's a faith. To which Tommy counters with, what, like Scientology? And that's how you can tell he's done his research, because around about 2015, Piers Morgan did a piece on the evils of the violent cult of Scientology.
Yeah.
Piers has since tried to defend himself, saying religions and cults are different. And I'd say the only difference is time. Yeah. Yeah. So the original creator said cult.
In a cult, the definition is often, in a cult, the leader or the founding figure is still alive, while a religion, there's usually been at least 200 years between the death of the founder and the religion.
I think, yeah, you have this sort of scale of cult-like behavior as well, so things can be cultish, but not necessarily cults. But I think one of the main points of cult behavior is the way they treat disagreement in the ranks and attempts at leaving, which doesn't look good if you're looking at Islam in the terms of whether it's a cult or not.
I think I've read up on this. So something I talk about, you can tell what a religion or an ideology is for based on how easy it is to leave or join. For example, Judaism, extremely hard to join, extremely hard. You have to learn all kinds of weird stuff. Well, sorry, Jews, but true. All sorts of weird stuff. And if you don't want to be Jewish, you just say, I'm out. Sikhism, you literally cannot join it. You are born into it. That's the only way you can join. Also, I think it's better, and also if you leave, no one notices. Islam, incredibly easy to join, even if you're lying there dribbling, going, yeah, I'll take it. Just take the knife out of my eyeball. And if you try to leave, they kill you. So, which one's conquest? Which one is a way of proving you belong to a community?
You've got Christianity that is now easy to join and easy to leave.
Yeah.
Depends on which
there are some exceptions.
Christianity is basically a social club now.
We could talk about the Westboro Baptist Church, or we could talk about Jehovah's
Church
Witnesses,
of England. Church of England,
or we could talk about Mormonism.
Yep.
Yes.
Church of England is all that matters, guy. Church of England.
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
Join if you fancy it. Leave if you fancy it. Hey, come back. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a social club. It's not really a religion anymore.
No, we wanted to get rid of the Catholics. Anyway,
you want to gather up at Jesus Social Club and talk about our founder. Yeah, cool.
Anyway, so the interview continues with a lot of things. It's basically saying, are the terrorists of the London Bridge attack, Manchester, and everything else we've seen, are these people following the tenets of the Quran or not? And so Piers will take the sort of the very milquetoast centre-right explanation that it's people taking the Quran out of context in order to do terrorist attacks, whereas Tommy countered with the fact that it is a doctrine of conquest. There are literal instructions on how to take over, consider yourself at war, and decimate non-believers wherever you find them, things like this. He then takes a Quran out and begins waving it to make his point, at which point Piers' attitude changes to quite moralistic, actually, surprisingly so. And it is, put the book down, show some damn respect. We have Muslim viewers, show some respect. That's all. Tommy responded the way I expected him to be honest. Is like, this book literally says that I am deserving of death. It doesn't deserve my respect. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, you can respect a person, and chances are, if they're a good person, it will be despite any adherence they may have to Islam and the Quran. But some people
is Tommy Robinson Christian, or is he a non-believer? Because if he's a non-believer, then there's definitely a death penalty.
British Christianity is very vague and practicing.
No,
So,
I know.
okay.
It's the same thing with Protestantism in Norway as well. It's not really, it's not
Yeah.
defining. You know,
I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes to Christmas and Easter services and might call himself Christian once in a while, or if he's just an atheist and doesn't really make much of it.
No.
Yeah, but they're going to the Christmas and Easter services. I used to do that, and I'm an atheist. It's just a thing you do to just go with your family and do. It's not really a religious.
Yeah. But the reason why I'm saying it is because there actually is there's a reason why a lot of sort of clerics and so on counter with the fact, no, because you guys would live under an Islamic. You would be allowed to live under an Islamic law because you're people of the book. And then, that's the one of the reasons why I say that it's important to sort of remember that, so you don't necessarily trip over the entire argument.
I would say, regardless of how Christian Tommy Robinson is, really a lot of British Christians, they would not accept the position of the Quran dictates, in that
the second-class citizen.
Muslims, if they pay money to Muslims and respect that Islam is the greater faith, it's not going to fucking happen.
No.
Anyway, a lot of people were pointing out the weirdness of Piers saying that, show some respect for the Quran and things like that. And I watched the interview myself with a point of spotting this thing, because it was a bone of contention with a lot of people, really. And I noticed something funny. A few seconds into Tommy waving the Quran about is when Piers' attitude kind of shifts, and you get this sort of moralizing nature. But I looked at it again, and as soon as you see Piers' attitude change, he's got his fingers held up to his ear. And I thought this, the first time I heard that this had happened, it was like, really? That seems like he's been told to say that. And I looked, and he's got his fingers up to his ear, which says to me that someone from ITV or the producers of Good Morning Britain or whoever is talking in his frickin' ear has said, "We've got Muslim viewers, stop him waving the book around,"
Speaking as someone who has actually worked from time to time in that industry, that is definitely what he's being told, because there is he responds as he starts the response, and then he presses his ear, or presses something in his ear closer to his ear to hear better what is said, and he continues the statement. So it is definitely someone talking in his ear. I'm not sure if they no, but there's definitely not any proof that is exactly what they told him to say.
It's irrelevant. His actions were still his own actions, despite what anybody was No. I'm not finished.
Oh, sorry.
I was,
for the most part.
Oh yeah, but I was thinking
this is what never happens. Which is why Tommy did it. No one ever just, the only thing that would have been better is if he literally turned to the pages where it said this and showed them on camera. This is what it says. These are the instructions. This is what it says. You cannot deny this. This is what it says.
All right.
And that's not something that's ever said by anyone on air on television.
Yeah, that's true.
And that is dangerous. That's why the freak out happened. Because
my favorite. This happened before. We remember when the not Boko Haram. The cartoonist got killed.
Oh, Charlie Hebdo.
Charlie Hebdo.
Boko Haram, Nigerian.
Yeah, I know the difference. Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to say Boko Haram, but that was wrong. So I just went not Boko Haram. They when on the BBC they had someone showing up with they had someone trying to show the cartoons. Someone was outraged that they got killed. And goes, for these cartoons, and she held them up, and the camera just basically dived out the way to not show them.
Oh wow!
And the BBC goes, "I'll thank you not to show those. People find those offensive." And I'm thinking, you pussies.
Jesus Christ! It's like whether we
BBC Deefry.
Yeah, well, that says it all, really, is. In that more people find it inoffensive and are actually interested to see what the pictures were. Did you know apparently the book of pictures that were released as this is what was found offensive, there had been some extra pictures put in. Did you know that? No. Oh no, that was the Danish cartoonist. Sorry, that wasn't Charlie Hebdo.
No,
that was
someone else that was murdered.
No, actually, nobody was murdered over the. Well, I should preface that nobody was murdered in Denmark over the Muhammad cartoons, but there were people killed during the riots in Pakistan, and I do think there was. I can't remember completely, but I do think there were some embassy employees, at least critically injured, if not.
You don't know.
Yeah, that I'm not sure, but I actually remember that because I went to Pakistan in 2008.
Oh yeah,
and it was right after the sort of second flare up because I think the Muhammad cartoons were published in 2005, and then they were republished again in Norwegian newspapers in 2007. And this was right after that had happened, so it flared up. And we were told, while I was there, we were told never to mention that we were from Norway unless you were with people you could trust. Because they were going after Scandinavians in Pakistan at the time. Now, I'm not saying that the Pakistani people aren't lovely people, and I talked to a lot of people who were fundamental Muslims down there, who were really conservative Muslims, who knew I was Norwegian and still didn't act upon it. So,
lovely people.
Yeah,
high quality of people.
Lovely people because they didn't kill me.
Yeah. No. But I'm saying who I interacted with.
No, that's the bar.
Yeah.
It didn't murder me.
Like that's.
No.
For people to not be shit people.
No. I will not allow you to do. I didn't mean who didn't kill me, but who acted in a civilized manner, even though they knew I was an atheist. So,
right.
So that's the thing, is that there was a concern, and that concern was not voiced by embassy people or the foreign ministry necessarily. This was voiced by people on the set. Pakistanis themselves voiced this to me. Producers of the show that I was acting in voiced this to me. So, and also the other producer, Shiraz, who was also from Norway, even though he's originally from Pakistan. So that's what I mean, is that they are completely aware of the malignant cancer in their own society, or at least were cognizant of the cancer within their own society at that time. But it's
they aren't going to do anything about it.
No, there's
there
not
are
a lot of things they can do apart from, trying to talk about
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. The problem with Islam right now is there are a lot of moderate Muslims, unquote, who do not believe in the violence, who do not believe in a lot of the rhetoric that is in the Quran, just like there's a lot of Christians that don't believe the rhetoric that's in the book. The problem is they don't speak out because they know damn well if they speak out, they're dead, or they go missing.
I've had this joke,
or
I've
they
had
lose,
a joke for a while now, saying that if you're at a rock concert, you never see them stand out on the microphone going, "Everyone on the left, make some noise! Everyone on the right, make some noise! All the moderate Muslims, make some noise!" Crickets. Actually said, why is it the people of you never see these Muslim marches for against terrorism? And the things that have been said were, and I swear to God, they said we didn't want this associated with Islam. So you're the people who.
It's basically the situation is none of them in force will speak out against the violence. They won't.
The other problem is when they do speak out, like the imam from Australia who's speaking out against that shit, they never get on television. The media avoids
yes.
them like the fucking plague and calls them extremists.
Majid Nawaz.
Yeah, Majid Nawaz, he is actually listed as a hardcore right winger, and it's like, no, have you listened to this guy talk? He sounds pretty chill.
Yeah,
it's just like the guy from Australia. He's pretty chill as well. I mean, he's like, he just wants, like, we need to reform and get rid of all this shit. That's shit.
Mm-hmm. But only hardcore right wingers.
I'm fine with that.
But that's the problem. Then you've only got the whole.
Hello.
And no platforming people, and I don't want to listen to anyone that disagrees with my opinion. Well, then you're not going to solve any fucking problems.
Extremists love that shit, which is why you see see Islam creeping in, because they love that kind of censorious control and attitude. The extreme parts of Islam fucking love that, because that's how they always gained power in every single fucking country they've ever controlled.
Yeah, Linda Cockroach, that's her entire mentality. She's completely sided with the most censorious and victim-claiming inside she could possibly find. I mean, look at this, Donald Trump. What was the main narrative that he was attacking? Immigrants, and now actually went to illegal immigrants, which translated to immigrants, which translated to ethnic minorities. What did they turn it into? It's an attack on women. So, and she attached herself to that by selling the pussy hats. So she is just another one. And the more you found out about this woman, who's a darling of the left, was it Linda Soso?
Yeah, I call her Linda Soso.
That woman is vile.
And if you actually look at anything she says, she's terrible.
Yep.
She is truly vile. She's never lived in an Islamic country ever.
No, but
she grew up in fucking New York.
Yeah.
She's never actually seen Islam and Sharia law in action for herself. She has not seen the rights of women taken away.
But
what's really
she wears makeup on TV when in a Sharia law country she'd get caned for doing that.
Yeah, I saw an amazing thing. It was a few years ago. It was earlier this year. Apparently last year a Middle Eastern country, actually, I can't remember which one. It was one of the Islamic ones. They actually had a whole group of women on the Women's Rights Council, which was hailed as a great move for them. Those women started stripping women of all the rights that they had.
Yeah, it was Saudi Arabia. It was Saudi Arabia.
The numbers don't matter.
It's
majority men
It's the religion.
Issues are being
the gender has nothing to do with it.
I have a theory about this whole thing, and I think I'm right in this, because and then we're gonna close the Tommy Robinson thing, move on to the Marvel thing, and then we're gonna talk Steam sales, because
we're not gonna have time for that. You have to talk about Tommy.
Yeah, well, the idea that I have is that because the media is built upon if it bleeds, it leads. If it can cause strife and conflict and engagement, then they'll rather do that. So they'll invite the more divisive people on the stream or on the shows, the people that they know will generate outrage. So they invite the people that have the, well, I wouldn't say, well, the most vile thoughts necessarily.
I do not. Everyone, you really broke up on me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Anyone else, or was it just me? Because it was just me.
No, there was.
Yeah, me too. It was.
Yeah, well, I think I got broadcast pretty well, but yeah, you guys probably didn't hear me.
We're in the dark.
Yeah, no, what I'm talking about is the fact that they invite people who are divisive onto news shows and so on, because if it bleeds, it leads. If it causes conflicts or division within society, or engagement, as they like to call it.
They only invited Tommy on that show for a gotcha moment.
Yeah,
they thought that they could outsmart him, and they
but I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about Tommy. No, let me finish. I was making a goddamn point, dude. I'm not talking about Tommy. I'm talking about Linda Sarsour and that type of Muslims that they invite on to news shows because they know it will cause strife, because they know it will cause outrage and engagement onto their outlets, their digital outlets as well, because they know people will click on it. They know that it will cause outrage, and that's why they do it. That's why they don't invite the moderates. I wouldn't say that's the only reason,
because to be perfectly honest, if they invited anybody other than those allowed and accepted voices for Islam, they'd get in trouble. People would go after them. The Nation of Islam, the Muslim, they would go after these channels and these organizations if they didn't have the pre-approved Muslims on. I don't think I think at some point, for the whole shock value and the whole TV get ratings things, you were probably right, but it stopped. I honestly feel it stopped being that like a decade ago. Like it's why you'll see, Queen bitch Muslim on every news station and every channel, and they won't hesitate to put her on TV. But a Muslim that disagrees with her, never.
Anyways, let's move on and talk about Marvel, because you wanted to rag on some.
I was gonna let Deefry lead into that.
Yeah, I saw a little bit earlier. I saw 2 panels from 2 pages worth of the Ironheart comic.
Oh, I saw that's great.
Yeah, where she is expecting her white teacher to tell her that she can't be a scientist because she's not white, presumably. And it appears that what's her name? Is it Ray?
Yeah, Ray.
Right. Yeah, it appears that Ray wants a kind of a bad character or someone to try and hold her back so that she can prove her wrong.
She wants to be victimized to use it as motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, essentially. And basically the teacher says, yeah, people were like that in the past, but we've moved on and you don't have anything to feel oppressed by right now. So I'm sorry if the only thing that motivates you is oppression, but I'm not going to be your fucking effigy. And the way that the last panel, that her kind of looking wistfully like this.
No, she gets it gets worse. She gets really upset. It keeps bugging the teacher until the teacher finally says, "Okay, fine, you'll never be Tony Stark." And that's her entire reason for trying to be.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Please, that's her entire reason for trying to be, Ironheart and be a hero and all this stuff. And throughout that entire issue of the comic, she's just blatantly retarded. Like, she lands in the middle of a crime scene where nobody knows really who in the fuck she is. And Nick Fury's like, "Who the hell are you? You need to leave now." And she's like, "I'm not going. I have a right to be in." Like no. Like, SHIELD agents are armoring up. Like, well, we're gonna have to take this bitch down until somebody calls and says, "Oh, well, she's okay." She like,
I deserve a space in this male-dominated area.
yeah. It's really, and the thing is she doesn't really do things on her own.
Okay.
That's the thing, is she has the suit of armor and the Tony Stark AI.
Mm-hmm.
So she basically has Tony Stark telling her what to do and making decisions for her, even though this is supposed to be an empowering comic for her.
Did you ever read that? It was a feminist book called Friday, which is a sci-fi book. Did you ever read that?
Friday, no.
From the 70s.
No.
It reminds me of this. It was Friday is like this female robot who is all female empowerment-y. But if you read the book and actually pay attention to the main character Friday, who's basically she's like a courier droid. She smuggles in illegal things in her body, then goes out into the world, and she gets in adventures, and she wins the day.
And then she aborts them.
Yeah, if you actually look at the story and look at all the different plot points, she never does anything. She doesn't achieve anything. Everything she does is Deus Ex Machina. She either falls through a conveniently weak spot in the ground. Someone gets distracted. She never solves any of her own problems.
Is she the feminist version of MacGyver?
She is it's a feminist book.
No, she's the feminist version of Indiana Jones. It doesn't matter.
Plippy, you're kind of
exist.
Close. That is dangerously close to basically how these comics work. Because the comic goes on, and she can't understand why they're upset with her. It goes on, and she's just an airhead and just dumb. Like, she's supposed to be like this hyper intelligent genius, but she acts like the dumb dits. It thinks like the dumb dits that wrote this comic.
Yeah.
And
this is
she like it goes on to, like, this whole stuff. Yeah, I'm a hero now, and that's the thing, and that's cool and everything, and I'm popular, and MIT wants me to come to their college, even though I just fucking robbed them in the comic. And
did she still fucking rob things? I
yeah, she's a villain. She doesn't actually fucking help people. She's just like a publicity stunt in the comics.
This is why I've always
like there's this current trend, and you guys, you're going to love it, because I'm going to ruin you like it's been ruined for me. Like, in every single comic with a female lead in Marvel now, you either have a cover or a full page where you just have the character just getting loved by people. Like, there's just a random crowd around her joyously, like, celebrating how awesome they are.
That was my complaint about the original Spider-Man films. There was always one point where he was just basically being loved. Batman wouldn't have done that shit.
No, yeah, but it's like that for every single character. Like, it's say for Captain Marvel. But with Ironheart specifically, it makes no fucking sense, because she just.
If I may, before Jen goes, because this is what I will forget. Now, I was saying earlier how they always wanted, these kind of people always want the power to write in comic books, but when they, like, for example, to get into comic books, once they have that power, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. No.
I think this is key. What pisses me off. I mean, let's look at Ironheart. They wanted to get this, and it was a dumb publicity stunt to do this in the first place. That's bad. But at least when you've got it, run with it and make it great.
Yeah.
Show us why this will work. But every single time this has happened, it just flat out fails. Ironheart fails because she's not a strong, confident, smart, likable character. Female Thor didn't work because of this podcast was named after an incident in that goddamn comic.
Yeah. That's for using feminism like a four-letter word.
Captain Marvel is literally their flagship social justice character of women empowerment. They made her uglier. They talk about in the comics about how she's not okay with them portraying her as attractive and all this, and everybody, like, her sales are the lowest, but she gets the most "We love you, Captain Marvel" panels of anyone. Like, in every single comic, it's like a crowd around her saying how awesome she is, and they're all women, and they're all different races and whatnot, and it's every single Captain Marvel comic, and it's
what these people should do. What these people should do.
Irony, because she's the most hated. Her sales are the lowest.
What she should do is, the people that write these comics, they should read up Judge Anderson for 2000 AD, because she is the hot, sassy counterpoint to Judge Dredd. And she's like a hot chick who's like, and she's very flippant. She's highly strung all the time because she can tell what everyone else is thinking. So she's got a cool, laid back, and as a result, she's a very popular person and turned into a very popular character.
Yeah.
But women being attractive is evil.
But she's also a non-stopping killing machine when she wants to be, and she knows what you're thinking. Literally, it's every man's nightmare.
Yeah, I just want to make a point, because I met with a old college buddy of mine today, and we had a discussion about this, and we had a discussion about, in general, you can see bad writers when they only manage to portray their own view of other people, and also the main characters, or the sort of cast of characters that are helping the protagonists or whatever are the same character. So they may look different, they may look different, they may sound different, they may smell different even, but they say exactly the same thing. They are the same character.
That's superimposing of
it's superimposing. Yes, it's superimposing ideology onto characters.
Like, everybody knows, and it made big news, the whole anti-Semitic comic.
Oh yeah.
But I read Black Panther and the Crew, man. It only lasted 2 issues because it was probably the most racist comic book I have ever seen and read in my entire life. I mean, wall-to-wall blatant racism, man. I'm talking epic levels. I'm talking kale jokes.
Whoa.
Gentrification is just a hydro plot. And the houses in the houses that they're trying and apartments they're trying to fill with white people make a hydra symbol. I'm not making that shit up. It is the most racist thing I have ever read in my entire life.
Yeah.
That's why it got canceled. Like literally, Storm is literally like a Black Panther, like a militant Black Panther mindset the entire time, which is a character who didn't like humans that weren't mutants for a period of time because the amount of bigotry she was getting from all races, Black included, is now super anti-white and trying to take down the man, and it is the good God, like somebody at Disney saw this comic and saw the Black Panther movie coming out down the line and was like, nope, no. We want white people to spend money on this too.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
No, but yeah.
If you want to see the height of Black racism, you need to read those 2 comics.
What 2 comics these? I want to read this. I want to feel bad about myself.
There's Black Panther and the Crew comics that got canceled.
Yeah.
Damn it.
This series lasted 2 issues. 2 issues.
Wow.
Black Panther didn't even show up. The series is called Black Panther and the Crew, and Black Panther didn't really show up until the 2nd comic.
Black Panther.
We're not associating Black Panther with this shit show. Bye. Just go on.
Yeah.
Just keep your crew.
Black Panther took one look at this comic and said, "Fuck no, I'm not touching this shit."
I do not care about American Black lives.
That might be.
They are not Wakandan lives. I only care about Wakandan lives.
So that might be the very last movie. That might be the very last movie, like intellectual property they make a movie out of. Then you think? Because
I honestly
every other
think
thing,
they're not going to make a movie out of any of the social justice versions of these characters.
Oh no!
Like people were waiting for a funny Squirrel Girl movie, or for her to show up in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's never go well, because Squirrel Girl was like Deadpool. She was a fan favorite character that was hilarious.
Why did they
redraw her showing up? No, the whole point of her character was that her power was to control squirrels, and somehow she could beat like Doctor Doom and Thanos. It was a joke character like Deadpool.
Yeah.
In fact, those 2 characters got along. It was always like the comic always alluded to her having this rich history and backstory with almost every Marvel character that never gets explained, and that was part of the joke. Like, and she was a joke character, so her showing up before, like in Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that, would have been hilarious and funny. But they ruined her character so badly with the writing and the art that no property with her could ever be done.
That was my point. I actually saw her re-release of like, when they have the 2 number 1s in one year, and I looked at the second. I was like, why is she drawn like a retard? And this is not the art style.
Sucks.
The characters in the background did not look mentally defective.
They wasn't good. Suck. Like she can't. Like whoever's doing the art for that fucking comic can't like put eyes that are at the same level. Like they always look like they're off center. Like they're horrible artists. Just horrible. And you can't tell me that that's passable. Like,
I need to stop you. I need to freeze you for a moment here and say, someone has pointed out there are a bunch of new social justice Twitter accounts with rainbows and Black Lives Matter, which have their names and in brackets from Wakanda.
They would last 2 seconds in Wakanda.
They do realize that if they showed up in Wakanda, they'd be fucking killed on sight, right?
Did you see the video?
At the border wall. At
did
the
you-
fucking border wall.
Did you see the video I sent you?
Yeah.
Black Pigeon Speaks saying that we should hold Black Panther up as a mascot for the alt-right.
He is extremely alt-right. That's what's so fucking hilarious about it. He's an alt-right character.
He's an ethno-nationalist. God damn it.
He is the most extreme nationalist character in terms of a hero I've ever seen.
It's like Tariq Nasheed if his race actually had a claim to America kind of thing.
That was one of the funnier things in the Black Panther TV show, the shorts, the only good thing BET ever made, where like they're sitting around the table discussing how they're going to get the rest, because the other nations have figured out that Wakanda has all this vibranium, and Wakanda is the big bad motherfuckers that they didn't know were there.
Yeah.
And they were like, maybe we should give them the cure for cancer to shut them up. And one of the other Wakandans is like, no, they'd only use it to steal from each other.
But I think it's amazing that
that's what Wakanda is. They don't give a fuck about the rest of the world. It can all die in flames, and they'd be like, all right, it ain't Wakanda.
Yeah, as I'm saying, it's just that what my whole point is that these people are so motherfucking stupid. These people would hate white supremacy, ethnic nationalism, white nationalism, whatever. They would hate this stuff, and I'm not with it either. For the record, I think this is not good way of thinking. But it's that they'll actually sit on TV screen and go black, therefore me.
Yeah,
because literally what you hate and shout about, you morons.
There were people literally saying,
it's funny.
Was it?
It's the most hilarious fucking thing that they're being sold the most conservative character probably ever as a black power symbol, and they're eating it up without thinking. Disney are fucking geniuses for this shit.
I now want to see Frank Cho do a Black Panther cover with the
cool.
"Make Wakanda Great Again" hat on.
No, that's the funny thing is Black Panther came before the actual
with his outfit on, with a giant juicy black dick tucked away, quite visible against the outline of his outfit, standing there.
That's just really. That's just you.
For you. Nobody else wants that,
dude.
The thing about it is Black Panther came before the actual Black Panthers here in the U.S.
Yes.
And in the black community, a lot of black community doesn't understand that, know that, and misconstrues that he came after. No. Because when the Black Panther started doing fuck shit, they turned him into the black jaguar and whatnot, so that he wouldn't be associated with the actual Black Panthers. And for a while that was the switch off, because they didn't want the association whatsoever, because the Black Panthers had basically become a terrorist organization at that point.
And
while we have
they switched them back later after the Black Panthers fizzled out.
I'm going to grab this and open it. I want to ask a question to you guys that just occurred to me now, so we've got 10 minutes left. We all have our favorite comic, cartoon or some superhero.
Yeah.
What is the superhero you would like to see come back and just have a well done, properly done film? For example, for me, because I would say Batman, but Batman's been done to death. I would say The Phantom.
Yeah, The Phantom's a good one, but Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer.
If you were guaranteed a good movie, Silver Surfer.
Guaranteed
good. Guaranteed done right.
Yeah. Silver Surfer all the way.
Freakazoid.
God damn it! That's
would it have the cat therapist in it though?
Oh fuck yeah!
A well done, good version.
Yep.
It wouldn't be live action. It'd be fully animated.
It could be anything. Just.
It could be. You can do like a go. I'm gonna put well done.
If it was guaranteed to be good,
because I want fucking Swamp Thing, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choice. Dude,
Evil?
I'd say what? Evil.
Shang-Chi.
You're just trying to stir shit.
You're
just shit. He has no superpowers. He's just fucking awesome. That's
some hipster shit you're throwing in here.
That is some
Hey, if it
hipster
was
shit,
done
dude.
good, it doesn't
Dan's
matter.
right on that.
And
That's
it
some
would-
hipster
and it
shit,
would
man.
piss off the SJWs because he's an Asian man that knows kung fu.
Oh,
Evil chose his out of pure spite. I just want to hear "Born on the Bayou" again the right way.
I think you should have gone for a best character. I think you should have gone for a black character who just really, 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 really loves 1940s Germany.
You know what? It'd either be Swamp Thing, or I'm gonna go far to the other side and say Static Shock.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
We're getting
Would
that
you
crappy
substitute for
CW Black
Electro?
Lightning TV show, but and I'm sure he's gonna show up on that. But Static Shock was such a cool character to have as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had like that teen
I would say-
drama.
He was black, but the show wasn't about him being black. He just happened to be black and an awesome electric superhero that surfs
Did
on.
you know that? This is interesting. You know Judge Dredd, the character. He was actually, when it was comic was still in black and white, he was actually drawn to be as racially ambiguous as possible.
Makes
Yeah.
sense if it was
The
That
whole
was the
point of
point.
it
He was
was
supposed to have no identity.
Yeah, he was written. It says if you thought he was black, they drew in features that make you think, well, maybe he's black. If you were white, they thought they would draw in images, features that they thought would making come off as Asian. They just didn't want anyone to put a race on the character.
That's cool. Have you seen Kelt's suggestion in the chat? He says the Tick.
The Tick. Yes.
I don't.
Good.
Spoon.
Spoon.
Also, I'm looking at pictures of Shang-Chi, and he is literally just Bruce Lee, isn't he?
Yeah, he literally was just Bruce Lee.
He's Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
No.
Asian man.
Liu Kang was a little
Fucking
less
good.
respectful.
Is that
Okay.
is that Daredevil in the background of that picture?
Yes, he did have a character.
Anyway, before we end, I thought we'd talk a little bit about the thing that Artivous hates the most in the entire world. It's the Steam
White
sale.
people. Oh,
I do not hate Steam sales. Why would you put that bullshit out there?
white people though quite happy to hate them.
Cause you're a console. Cause you're a console
you,
dude.
Plippy.
Cause you're a console dude. And every console
No, I
dude.
think Steam sales are amazing. I think Steam sales should come to every console. But
Steam console.
the thing, the thing is the only problem I have with Steam sales is there's no possible way on this planet I'm going to play that many games. There is literally not that much time in existence.
Oh, neither do we. Like,
No,
half
no,
our
you
stuff
don't
isn't
get it.
installed.
I have
Yeah, you
20.
get it. The whole point of Steam sales is you buy it, you own it, and then you never touch it. And then every 4 months
It's like
or so you
buying
go,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No. The whole
Yeah,
point of
then you-
Steam sales is you see a pack with that one game you want, and 4 other games you know nothing about, but the
It's
price is so
video-
cheap,
It's
it makes
it's
it worth
video
it to buy it
games.
anyway.
It's video games as collectible cards.
Look, no. It's like this. We treat video games the same way some women treat shoes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They buy all them shoes, they're never going to wear any of them, but they buy them anyway.
Good point. I actually got the email last night at midnight saying 25 things are now on Steam sale. I went, fuck, I just bought a bunch of new memory. Shit.
I feel like, fuck, I don't get paid until next week.
Yeah.
Hey,
27.
You had a choice. You had
20
a choice. You could spend money on Steam
But I'll
sales.
be trying to get a
Somebody on a
PC
computer
that's
to play the
decent
games
next year, but I can't afford to do it this year.
27 games on sale, and I've spent all the money sunk into printing those books right behind me. So yeah, it couldn't have been more disadvantageous.
So,
yeah.
Jan,
Dude, I will
Jan
spend
has become
every
this card
moment
now.
I can shilling my book. Are you not aware of this?
I like the fact that
yeah,
all
but
of
we
my
just have to point it out in the show. You're allowed to show, we just have to point it out.
Yes.
You have become the Todd Howard of book. You
I
are
like
the
the
Todd
fact-
Howard of your book.
I like the fact that a lot of my
No, because his book's actually good. He's not the Todd Howard of his book.
Thank you.
What? I love Fallout.
I like that a lot of my wish list is fantasy games, and for some reason that means that all of my recommended stuff for the Steam sale are Viking games, which is not a bad
I have the same thing. I have the same thing, but my games are all pirate games.
thing. Yeah, it's because you got Blackroach.
No, as in wish lists.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so
Mine would be either cyberpunk or fucking Asian themed games.
Warhammer, yes. Warhammer End of Times, that's on my Steam
Oh, I
sale.
didn't even get to talk about the Stormblood hilariousness.
Solaris
you want to cover it before we end the stream?
Yeah, I can do it.
We wouldn't have enough
but before that, I just want to make a point that Keld made in chat right now. They took away buying Steam gifts for your inventory, so Steam sales are less useful to me now. Does that mean that they now stop you buying gifts?
Can't buy it cheap and hold it in your inventory for later to send some gifts.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of silly.
I mean,
Friday the 13th.
You say that like you're not paying a disturbingly low price for the game in the first place.
I know.
What is the need for holding on to them? Is it for like getting a 4-pack or something, installing it yourself, and holding on to 3 to send to mates?
Probably Keld as far as I know, has a lot of games installed on his PC. So
he buys them for future basic bitches that he can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Give gifts to.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, gaming thought. You fuck with me.
Gaming thoughts.
All them gaming thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Keld is just spreading the games like.
He's just spreading the love around.
Yeah, exactly.
Spreading it all over the top.
Do you know what? There's like a million like top-down dungeon crawler like Diablo style games out at the moment.
Oh, Jan, level 70 last night. Whoa, easy, no problem.
What?
He got boosted.
No, I didn't.
No, as in you found like some really high XP area, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I actually, once I hit level 70, I immediately went 71, 72, 73. So I thought, what the ramp up is less now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Well, Artivous, you wanted to cover something.
Basically, all right. Stormblood came out on the 16th, early access for the people who bought the game. For people who don't know, Stormblood is the new expansion for Final Fantasy XIV.
Right.
Now, what's hilarious about this is the game. The expansion is amazing. It's beautiful. It's well done. You can tell that they've dropped the PS3 support, and so they've upped the quality of things. Things are prettier, and they made some of the old, like they really stepped up the game. The problem is they were basically throttling to keep the servers from crashing and keeping people out of certain areas, which normally wouldn't have been a problem. You decide to DOS attack them constantly every day since launch. So early on in the expansion, I'd say about an hour into about 70 hours of storyline, there's an instance where you talk to a character named Brabon, who's a one-armed black badass.
Uh-huh.
You go into a cutscene, and then you get kicked out. Now you have to go through this cutscene and this instance to continue on with the rest of the game. The entire rest of the game is locked off to you until you get past this instance. So there was a crowd, and like my server's moderate. Like we're not one of the big, we're not Gilgamesh or Balmung that are oversaturated with people. But I've seen pictures of what happened in those servers, and it's fucking hilarious. So there's a crowd of I'd say about 2,000 people just standing in there clicking this instance over and over again in hopes of getting through in some kind of weird fucking lottery as people are losing their mind in chat and freaking out. This went on for days. I said, because people were like forming a line to get through, because then one person would get in, get through, and then everybody else could get through. And that's a work for some of the servers. So I said, on my server, I said, hey, why don't we just form a line and we can be orderly and get all through? And I got about 100 fuck yous. And I literally click on it and it's like, okay, I'll just try to go through. And I got in and went through. And instantly screamed, y'all motherfuckers should have formed a line. I just got through.
I remember.
Speaking of video game thottery, I'm going to give a gift to one person in our chat. So,
Oh.
Your
Oh,
gift is now content.
did you buy Sky something? God damn it! You know you're not
Now
supposed
one
to give him
person,
treats.
one person,
The
shut
e-begging.
up.
It works.
Dude, e-begging.
I don't think
you
Sky
can.
counts as a gaming thought.
Yep. No, I won't criticize because you did buy me Diablo 3. So.
Oh, nice.
But
excuse me.
Oh, you have Diablo 3 now?
But here's
Did you
here's
have
the funny thing about this is people got through the Robon instance.
Tarson, stop fucking bitching.
What did
Seriously. You could have just said thank you and moved on with your fucking life.
What did you buy?
If you don't want it, return it.
No, he
Not.
took it off his wish list because he removed all the cheap games that he had on his wish list.
Enjoy XCOM 2.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Sugar Daddy.
All right, so people started getting past the Robon instance.
Yeah.
And literally the next instance you went in had the same cap on it.
Oh.
And the character that did it was the other character's son. So you got stopped by the father, and then you got stopped by the son.
Do you get stopped by the Holy Spirit afterwards?
Yeah. That was a joke because they
really?
introduced 2 new classes, and everybody was getting pissed off that these 2 new classes were not only going to catch up, but maybe get past them, which I was playing as one of these 2 classes. So I just, walked past them as a samurai. I was like, oh yeah, I got through. Oh yeah, I'm level 70. I reached the cap already. Oh, you're still at Robon? That sucks. But it's not even Square's fault because of the fucking DOS attack. Once that shit stops and they get it fixed, then it's not going to be a problem. But it's fucking hilarious. Like, people have already made a Hitler video, and it's gotten ridiculous. There's art where, jokes are Robon can hold back 80% of the community with a single arm.
Nice. I remember in Terra there was an issue with overcrowded servers. There's a quest in the sort of level 15-20 range where you need to kill this one boss who is hilariously underpowered to the point that a lot of people in the area can kill it with 1 or 2 shots. And it was last hit wins the quest, and it in the populous servers it would be everyone queued up, and it was right across this area, just straight across these people.
Just a crowd.
And then they brought in the gunners, who could basically heavily armored long range, which didn't happen. If you were heavily armored, you were a melee character for the most part. You were a lancer or a berserker, and then they brought in the gunners, fucking ranged attack with heavy armor, who could literally sit and fire a grenade. Like Zarya in Overwatch, she'd just shoot this, like her right click, and just shoot grenades like that in one space. So all they had to do was stand where they knew the monster was going to spawn at the same place, otherwise there wouldn't have been a queue. So instead of this queue, well, you still had the queue, people were trying to get the quest done, but you had 6 fucking gunners in a circle around this spawn point, just holding down left click to fuck with people.
Instantly, guys, there's a game of fuck, marry, kill going on in the chat.
Yeah, another one? Jesus.
Anyways, that is...
If I'm not on kill on every single one, I'm going to be upset.
Yep.
No, evil's winning kill.
Anyways,
What?
Anyways,
Am I at least on fuck?
You've not been mentioned on either.
No, you're everyone's waifu, okay? You're everyone's
No,
waifu.
I am not.
Husbando.
Anyways, that is it for the Unsolicited Opinions podcast for this week. We will probably be... I won't be back next week. I'm taking 2 weeks off. Evil or Artivous will be running the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be off next week because I'm going to be representing England in the all-British finals of the drama. So come to us in Belfast. We will be there. If I'm not dead when I come back because I hate the English there.
Yeah. Since Plippy's shilling, buy my book. It's going on sale.
Oh, yes, it's going shilling.
No, it is going. Let me finish. Let me finish. It is going.
Shame!
It is.
Shame!
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to say something here.
Look at this. It's Mark the Mark Boy. Another copy of Is Mark the Mark Boy.
Yep.
Another copy of Is Mark the Mark Boy.
Yep.
2. Mark the Mark Boy. It's been me keeping you alive, man. It's been me.
It's been you all along. Let me just say this. It is going on sale the 29th of June and will last until the 9th of July. Could you please just let me fucking get some clean air to say this? God
I
damn
think you
it.
can mute him, guy.
No, I can't. It's a Google Hangout. Anyways, that is it for today's edition of Unsolicited Opinions Podcast. Buy my book. It's on sale, $4.99 on the 29th of June. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.